Two types of learning. Motor learning is composed of block practice, where you're working with feedback, either a mirror or a stick, and you're working on a movement pattern and you're trying to develop a motion. And that block practice and what's called random practice, where you're hitting different clubs to different targets, are two completely different ways of learning. When you perform, or when you have to go to perform, you have to get into a random practice program where you're hitting different shots at different targets. You have feedback, like something that tells you how far the ball's going. But when you're working on your motion, you don't need a club. To encode a new pattern, you want to take the club out of your hand. Your brain has a subconscious motor pattern built in, whether you know it or not. At a subconscious level, you're going to do what you're doing. The other thing is your body's going to adapt to whatever limitations you have. So we know that. The fact that you don't have some what was that? You know, this was, yeah, you're good. I was checking. Yeah, that's internal, that's external. Yeah. So downswing and on the backswing. So, you know, what I'm looking for on your golf swing is twofold. I think you still have a great motion and you use the club nicely. In other words, you have a nice motion to your swing. You use the club efficiently, and you don't have a lot of inefficiency in terms of how you take it back. And I'm really happy to see that. Now your left shoulder's too high and you turn your shoulders too flat, just a little too flat. That's why the club goes in. Okay, so if you think about it geometrically, if you turn on a horizontal plane, your arms are going to go around more. So if your shoulders turn too flat, your arms go around. So your shoulders need to turn a little more on a little more of a tilted plane. Now that may be right. It may be something you're not able to do, and your brain's just going to say, hey, I can only do so. This is only what I can do. So, but I do think we can redirect your club on a straight line here. I don't think that's going to be a problem. You got the club a little bit across the line. Yep. So you're going to be a hooker, because the more the club points to the right, the more the pass is going to be into out.
I mean, I tend to do that,
and that's all because of your takeaway.
Right, and I tend to bottom out. That's the
Right. Well, you're too shallow. Okay, when the club goes in, the club's coming down. Think of an airplane that misses the runway. It's coming in too low. Here's the runway. He's too shallow. Well, you're coming in too shallow there. So the backswing, like I said, I think is a direct. There's a correlation between how you swing on the backswing and what you do on the downswing. So, yeah, we're just going to take the takeaway better. I mean, that's a great motion. It's just it's off plane on the takeaway. But what I do like here is, you know, like I said, you're loading pretty good into your right side. There is a little bit of lateral shift there, but it's very minimal. It's very minimal.
Yeah, that's the other. Now, I think that was pain driven, but now I think I can get. Like
Yeah.
think that's further the left side than ever before.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and you do a lot of really good things to load, like I said. You load the club nicely. And what I mean is, on the downswing, this little move you make right here, right there, that really is, see how you're shifting there? That's really good. And you're, right, you're underneath it though here, and that's really good. You may be getting a touch in front of it there. If we draw a line right down here, I don't want your nose to go past that line. You may be a touch in front of it. No, you stayed behind it. Good. So that's good. So really the only thing I see that's glaringly obvious is the takeaway. And I think you get a little forward press right there. That may contribute to the club getting behind your hands a little bit. Yeah. So here's what it should look like. And like I said, I'm going to give you 3 drills. 3 drills to do. One, you put a club on the ground. All right. And you place it at about 11 o'clock. 12 would be 90 degrees.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is stick the butt of the club right into your belly button and turn and match those two up. So at the first parallel, the shaft should be pretty much pointed at 11 o'clock. Now, I don't want to see this. So if that butt of that club starts moving out and the club gets in, now we got a problem. So that would be one. So let me just show you a couple players just so you understand where the club really should go. So she's this is Araya Jintanagan, and Thai player. There it is. A little more on line there.
Yeah.
See how the club shaft runs right up the inclined plane. Established the shaft line. Yeah. So, I mean, that's as simple as I can make it. I don't think you need a whole lot more.
But the drill will.
Yeah, right. So you can do it with the club stuck in your belly button and turn and keep that keep that club in the same relationship. So as you turn back, right, there you go.
See, but I know I need to. That's got to be the stretch too.
Yeah, right. Now do it like this, Frank. Take the club. Yeah, you do maybe 10 of these a day,
Right.
and then take it and put it on the ground, and then retain the angle in your lead wrist. Go ahead and put a normal grip on and set up. Put your hands on the club normally like you're going to hit it. Yeah, like just address the ball a second. And then just take it back to the first time the club gets parallel to the ground and keep the shaft pointed toward you. This has got to point inward more. Club's got to stay outside your hands or to your left more. Yeah, we'll do that right now.
So that way. So.
Right. I know it seems weird, but we'll do it. There's Tiger. And this is, you can see this is a bad angle but you can see how he's doing it there. See how that shaft's still pointed straight into his chest? So that's more like what we're looking to. So we're going to do this live.